impact of social media in our lives, not only the lives of our youth. Social media is something that has become something that so many people cannot live without. So many people cannot live without social media, but there are a lot of people that live without it. Believe me, because there are some people that don't even know it exists. I was speaking with some couple of friends, I think a week or two back. So they were telling me regarding what was done by Starlink. They took the Starlink device to the Amazonian forest, those tribes in Amazon, and they introduced them to the internet. And unfortunately, it corrupted the entire society. It corrupted the entire society. So inevitably, social media, despite the fact that it has positive sides, we should understand that it also has negative sides. Like I said, not only to the youth, but to the general public. Come to think of it, what was the first thing you did this morning when you woke up? I believe a lot of us reached their hands to their devices, either to turn off the alarm or to see what message they received from who. It usually becomes one of the first things a lot of people do when they wake up. And unfortunately, the last thing they do before they even go to bed. That's unfortunate. When in reality, as Muslims, we have been guided with regards to whatever we do from the beginning of our day until the end of our day. The Prophet ﷺ, of course, he taught us the dua, which I believe a lot of us make when we wake up from our sleep and before going to bed. MashaAllah, that's a good one. But the fact is, the moment one makes these very devices and social media a part of his life, it becomes an addiction to him. And if it becomes an addiction, it becomes one of the ruling factor of one's life. In essence, it controls you. It controls you. So if it would control an adult, then imagine a child whose brain is developing. Ultimately, it means it can take over the very child as well. That's why in China they have set up almost 200 camps, rehabilitation camps for addiction, internet addiction. And they go through rigorous training, military training, for 6 months, after which they would set the person to go. This is something that they've been doing for over years, I think 3, 4, 5 years now. Why? Because the addiction of social media and the internet is changing their society. And ultimately, if we look at our own society as well, we find the very same thing. You see our kids, you see even the adults neglecting what they are supposed to do. Why? Because of the social media. Either because of their attachment to it or the influence they get from it. Like I said, it has so many positive sides. But the reality is, if not cross-checked, if not really looked into, then the negativity overrides the positivity on it. That is why, as Muslims, we are meant to be people of moderation. The Prophet ﷺ, like I said, has taught us all the things that we need to know.